that in this world you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world. In this world, you're going to have what? Trouble. And the King James says, be of good cheer, for I've overcome the world. What is he really saying right here? Since Jesus has overcome the world and trouble, and since the Holy Spirit now lives inside a believer, we too have overcome the world and trouble. Come on, some believers. Look what it says right here. I told you these things so that you can always have peace. And we're going to talk about this peace in just a moment, because that's the foundation here. In this world, you're going to have trouble will show up. Trouble, if you move, trouble has your foot in a dress. Trouble has a way of tracking you down. Trouble knows it'll skip over, smash, and come to your house. So in this world, you're going to have trouble. But he says right here, take heart, be of good cheer. He says, I have overcome the world. So since Jesus has overcome the world's troubles, and he now lives in us by the power of the Holy Spirit and the person of the Holy Spirit, we too have overcome the world's problems and trouble. Amen? Amen. Where's the Holy Spirit right now? In believers. So in us, he said, so look, he said, in me, you're going to have some peace. So here's the point. There is nothing we can do about keeping trouble from showing up. I don't have to answer the door. Y'all know that very well. Y'all see people calling. You got their name on here. Block, go to voicemail, change phone numbers. So and then here's the thing. And some believers got really bold. Y'all see folk coming to the door, open up the curtain, they see you, you close it back, and you go sit down. But if you're going to do that, do it with trouble. When trouble comes knock at your door, you open up. I see you, but you can't come in. I see you, but I've overcome you. You are not going to move in and mess up my peace. I've been working too hard for this peace. I've been trusting too long for this peace. I am not going to let trouble come in here and take away my peace. At some point, you don't have to always invite. Don't sign for the package when trouble shows up. I tell you, we live out in the country. I mean, we get mail from folk all over the place. And this man came up here one day, and I saw this, and it was clearly a bill. And the postman gonna say, well, can you sign for? I'm like, this is not mine. I don't even know the person. You gotta return the sender. And what we doing for trouble? This is not my trouble, but I'm gonna take it. This is not my mine, I'm gonna sign for it. No, at this point, Jesus says, he says right now, I have overcome the world and all its trouble. I have overcome the world and all its problems. I have overcome the world and all its tribulations. And now since you are in me, and I have overcome, you too have overcome the world's problems and the world's tribulation and the world's problems and situations as well. And believers keep accepting it, the trouble that comes our way. Jesus says, I've already overcome. He overcame. Since he overcame and we are in him, we too overcome. Now what are we saying here? We can be free from the devastating impact of trouble. Stop accepting trouble. Stop expecting trouble. Stop embracing trouble. We're going to talk about the definition about this idea of trouble-free life, what trouble means in just a minute. The idea was, at some point, we as believers, now that Jesus has overcome, we too can overcome as well. Can somebody say amen to that? Can somebody say amen to that? Come on, give God one more hand, clap of praise, because we've already been able to overcome trouble. So at this point, we don't have to accept all the trouble that comes our way. Amen? Amen. We don't have to let every bit of trouble that come in and sit down on the couch and then move and take our place on the Super Bowl tonight. At some point, you have to go back in. Trouble is not welcome. Trouble is not welcome. Stop it. And here's the point. Some of us go looking for it. It was all the way down the street. Where is trouble? Y'all can't come back over here? At some point, it is not time for a believer to go in and accept trouble. We have overcome the world by the power of God. We have overcome trouble by the power of God. And we've overcome all the tribulations by the power of God. Because at this point, Jesus says, that at this point, I've overcome the world. You're in me. Stay in your peace. Y'all keep this piece up. Put down the word peace, and I'm going to come back there in just a minute. So here's the next part I want to have, so we can be free. So please, let's read this together. I love this from Psalm 46:1. I love this. God is our refuge and our strength. Now, you know what a refuge is? A refuge is, it's like a fortress. A refuge is like, for example, the refuges back in biblical days may have had walls anywhere from 5 to 10 feet thick. So regardless of what the enemy tried to, cannonballs and all this, it could not penetrate that. So the folk that were inside were always safe. Didn't matter what arrow came out there, didn't matter what went on, because it was so impenetrable, nothing outside could get in. It's saying God is your refuge. That when you are in Him, don't you allow all the stuff outside to come in, because God has already taken care of it. Let me make a live. I know right now y'all been going back getting Smuckers and all, and Welch's grape jelly. But back in the day, Grandma and them used to make some canned preserves. Y'all don't know, but let me just tell you about it, because you don't know about anything about it. So get these mason jars. You couldn't just get any kind of jar. Get a mason jar. And just boil those things, if there's going to be some peach or whatever the jelly was, just boil it all day. Then put it inside of the jar. And you know what? You can and tighten that thing up. And then to get that thing off, you had to get like 5 people to help you get it unscrew tight. But what happened was, it was sealed so tight that whatever was outside couldn't get in. So even though and very few times did we go back and eat it the next day. 5 years later, we still open a jar. So the idea was, but it was preserved. Now you wait 10 years, you may have to go to the emergency room. But the idea was, but turn that thing out, because all of the impurities were kept out. Well, the jar represented the refuge. Well, nothing could get in. And whatever was inside was already. You got to know that God says that He is your refuge. I don't care what's happening in your life. You stay in God. You trust God. And God said, I don't care what's going on out there. I am your refuge. Not only your refuge, what did it say right here? Our strength. We are extraordinary, not because of us, but because of Him. We continue to overcome, not because of us, but because of Him. The joy of the Lord is our strength. He said that I will be your strength. How is it that you think after all the stuff folk in this place been through, they're still able to smile and hug you because God is their strength? How is it right now folk keep on going forward and not going back because God is their strength? How is it right now when everything was turned against you, you knew that God was for you and you kept going forward because God is our strength. He's our refuge and our strength. But don't miss this last part. What does it say right here? Our what? Very present. I love that. Very present with help in trouble. So you don't need trouble to show up. You don't need help to show up after trouble is gone. Right? You got a flat tire yesterday. You don't need them to showing up today. You need to show up when the trouble is going on. And what God says, I am your very present help. That I'm present. I'm not an absentee landlord. I am present with you in the midst of your trouble. He's our refuge and our strength. Our very present help in trouble. Now watch this right here. Now I love this right here. So peace, read this with me please, is not what? The absence of trouble. So trouble can be there, still have peace. Y'all work with trouble. Well, some folks don't want to hug trouble in church. The idea that the trouble is there. But then keep going. It's not the absence of trouble, but what? The presence of Christ. So I don't need trouble to be removed completely to have peace. If Jesus, David says over in Psalm 23, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My enemies are watching me sit down to a banquet feast. I don't have time to deal with you right now because I got some chicken nuggets over here that a lot of the ones got recalled. I got a feast right here. I don't have time to play with y'all right now because I got to eat now. Once I get through eating, I'll talk to you. But in the midst of the enemies. So you don't have to have your enemies in trouble be away. God says that I am so powerful and I am so big and I am God all by myself that I will prepare a table, a feasting table before you in the presence of your enemies. So in the midst of your trouble, God says I can still hear that you have peace because Christ is always present there, trouble-free. So now read this together. Let's read this together. This is our theme for this month. I have decided once and for all to be and live a life trouble-free. Now, this is what, I want you to add something to this one now. Let's go with this one. I have decided once and for all not to succumb, that's the fall, when troubles come, despite where they come from. Now here's the point. A whole lot of believers are like, well, did the trouble come from the devil? The trouble come, I don't care where the trouble came from. You got to make up your mind that at this point, I don't care what the order was. I am not going to sit down and let trouble sit down and get some chips watching the Super Bowl with me today. I don't have the room for you right now. I don't have the time for you right now. You go somewhere else, I'm going on that street. But right now, I'm not going to succumb regardless of how trouble got there. And regardless of how it showed up. How trouble know your address. Regardless of how it showed up, not going to succumb when troubles come, despite where they come from. So here's what we're talking about now, all month long. My trouble-free life. Please write and give God a hand clap praise if you're ready to embrace a trouble-free life in the name of the Lord. Let me give us a couple of points that we have. So now the word trouble. Now I'm going to tell you now, every week. If you would, now you already have trouble-free written down on your outline, and I'll give you that in just a moment. But I want to take a look at what the word trouble means from the Hebrew and also the Greek, and help us understand how it is possible for us to have this trouble-free life. So every week we're going to take a look at two letters in the word troubled. Today we're only going to look at the T and the R. We'll pick up the other ones for the remainder of the month. So here's the fact. So what does it mean to be troubled? The T is right here for trouble. It means to agitate or stir up. To agitate or stir up. To agitate or stir up. To agitate. So trouble means, what's the first one? What does it say? Agitate. Or stir up. Now, how many here have ever seen or have a washing machine? What's the thing called in the washing machine? Agitator. What's the agitator doing? Stirring up the air. Now, if you got a washing machine where you're just sitting there, you got a really big problem. Call Whirlpool, Kenmore, somebody. Because the idea was, it's supposed to separate. Let me call them serious. It's supposed to separate. We call it, they want to charge us $500 for something else, $25. So the agitator, because this agitator is trying to separate the clothes from the dirt. You know, at home, and I go in here, and I used to go back in here, trying to go back and get the Husband of the Century Award, and try to go back and do all the washing. Well, see, here's my deal. If all these clothes can fit in here, they ought to go in there. I don't need to have last night a pair of gloves in the dryer by itself. What? You better sit them outside. So I would take all these clothes and put them in here. And I knew something was wrong. I heard a sound from the machine. Haven't heard before. It's just too many clothes. But when it worked, so past it. Gonna take out all but 3. And then, 4 things. They just shake it in there. So the idea was, but the agitator is to go in here, is supposed to shake it up so that the dirt can be removed from the clothes. Here's what happened. The agitators in our lives are trying to shake us up to get removed from our trust in God. Come on now, to get it removed from believing God. So the agitator comes in, so we say, well, no, if God really loved me, I wouldn't be agitated like this. If God really loved me, I wouldn't have these many problems. So the agitator, the devil, is coming to try to shake us up to cause us now to separate us from the love, from the trust, and the breakthrough God's already made available. So what trouble means then is to do what again? Or what? Now let me just tell you, now I need you to write this verse down, please. Write down John 14:27, Amplified Classic. John 14:27, Amplified Classic. John 14:27. Now we're going to read it together here, but I want you to now, remember this first one was to do what? To what? Agitate. All right, read it. Okay, so again, just for definition, agitate means to disturb or shake up. So here's an agitator. Remember, you ever been someplace? It may be in church. Somebody, one time we were back in our mother church, And there was a person that was sitting on the front row all the time. I don't know, must have had like a part-time job somewhere. And would come on the front row and just snore